Alright, me again. Now, what I'm going to do is try and explain this the best I can. Don't know that I can. You're just going to have to go along with me here. So as I was saying before, this is connected to the oil pump. Yeah, you can feel there's some air in there still. Anyway, there's a mark on this distributor. That notch there is number 1. Assuming that this keyway is straight up and down and the engine is 0 degrees. And you can check that by putting the harmonic balancer on. So what you want to do, this notch is here where my finger is, my nail is in it. And that's about where it wants to point. So see, by the time I push that on, it goes around too far. So you just got to push it out far enough, that bottom here, so you can feel it go around a couple of notches. Right, there's one. And you just work it out. And you've got to get it pretty close. See, that's pushed all the way in. Yep, can't get it any further in. And that button there is pointing at the notch. And you want equal adjustments, or as you can see on this distributor, there's 2 notches here. Basically, when you put the nut in, you want it sitting between those 2 notches, or onto this one. That gives you sort of 50-50 adjustment. It's not quite 50-50, but you should never need to go one way or the other too far. I mean, really, this is an electric distributor. Come out in Series 2s. I've got a Series 1 that I've routed an electric distributor off of a Series 2 that I've chucked on. You basically set it up for the fuel you're going to run, and you set it up for your worst fuel. And I think off memory the best I do is 5 degrees in advance, or else they start to ping, especially when the weather's like 55 degrees. And yeah, you just basically set it and forget it. Don't ever come back to it unless this mechanism fails, which is unheard of in these. But yeah, so that's how you do it. And I just randomly put that in and spun that before. I didn't set this up before I showed you. Yeah, like you know, it's all the way around there. And yeah, when you set this up though, you want to make sure that you've got this in the middle position. So you might even just gently do that up with a nut, so that you can't turn the body. And just take it out, not too far. Look from the top here. That's too far. I need to go one more notch. Just like that. No, I need to go one more notch still. And you know, I can't actually quite get that. Oh, but that wasn't quite right either. There you go. So now that's all set. I don't have to worry about that. I can put this front seal in, put the harmonic balancer on, and there's enough adjustment either way there that if I am a smidgen out, or if this keyway is a smidgen out from top dead centre, like the engine might be, I'll check. I'll be back. I was just cleaning the harmonic balancer up. And these marks, I'm going to make these marks, buddy. No, you can't even find it. Yeah, there it is there. See, it's not real clear. I don't know how well you can see that. There. It's not real clear by the time you put a light on it. Later on. So we'll just check. Then reference that mark with your 0 marker. That's close enough. It's close enough that I couldn't give 2 rats about it. So now I can't get it off. Screwdriver. And just be gentle. Don't force it, you'll break something. Should have shifter on the other side. There we go. So yeah. That's how it's done. And then, yeah, so anyway, keyways are straight up and down. This one will be a little bit advanced because if you're using a new chain, that'll allow it to stretch and still be in the right spot. I think this chain has already done some work, but it's still good. And that V is further forward than that notch. Last video I showed you up the wrong way. So, like we're upside down, looking at it from the top. So yeah, it spins this way, so by the time the train stretches, it will come back as it wears. And so if you start this off in advance, it'll be right until, well, you'd want to hope 200,000 before you start having a look back in here. But I mean, you'll be back in here, I'll be back in here the day after I fire this up, because I'll have to do all this top end again for tappets, and say after a couple of 100 Ks I might retension the head. So that's what you do. Up, straight line, or as close as you can get. So this dowel will actually be a bit further across, and then when you set this up, you put the pump on, and then you turn this. If you make sure this slides off, you can do it like this, and you can prime the engine too with oil. But if you make sure if that doesn't slide off, then you have to pull the pump out and just drop that shaft down a bit, and that's time consuming and annoying. I have done it like that before, but I don't recommend it, it's just a pain in the butt. So you put that on, and if you just file these keyways a little bit, because they're always tight, yeah, job done. And you've got miles of adjustment left and right here for advance and retard, so yeah. There you go. I hope that makes some sense. So yeah, just to confirm, if you look at it from this angle, you'll get that. So that, pretend that's got a nut in it. And then you'll get, yeah, that mark there. And some of these buttons even have a mark in the middle here. And you line that up. You line that up to where you want it. If you had a pointed vehicle and you know you're gonna, if you knew you were gonna keep retard, what do you do? When you open the point, you've got to retard it, yeah. And you knew that you were gonna run out of retard, you'd adjust that so you had heaps of adjustment one way. So yeah. And then yeah, it's all good. You know what I'm talking about now. If you don't, well, I'm sure you'll tell me. And yes, it's hot in here. Alright, I'm out.